by 5-Hour Energy. An incredible day of college basketball on tap, and it starts on Rocky Top, number 14 Arkansas, 13 Tennessee on Senior Day, where 6-year senior John Fulkerson will play his 160th career game today in a rematch with this Arkansas team that is one of the hottest in college basketball. The Razorbacks have won 14 of their last 15 coming into this regular season finale, and what is on the line? Nothing but an SEC regular season title. Auburn has it right now, but they still play this afternoon, and it could be a two-way tie with the winner of this one. And with that, we welcome courtside, sold-out Thompson-Boling Arena. Great day of college basketball. Jimmy, we made it to this point. Last day in the regular season in the SEC. We still don't know who's going to be the 1 seed.
Yeah, a lot to play for right now. First of all, Arkansas and Tennessee, Tom, they are both Final Four contenders. They are that good. Built similar DNA on the defensive end of the floor. They are tremendous. It was a fist fight last time in Fayetteville, 58-48 ball game. I think it's going to be a similar ball game. These two teams give you nothing. SEC seeding is on the line, and NCAA seeding is on the line here in a sold-out and a really well-organized checkerboard arena at Thompson-Boling Arena.
You're wearing the wrong shirt today. Jalen Williams has been wearing the right shirt for Arkansas. He's an Arkansas native. He is a presence really on both ends of the floor.
He was tremendous in the first matchup. 13 points and 16 rebounds. This kid's hard to handle in the middle of third of the floor with a ball screen action with J.D. Note. He is a problem defensively. The best big guy in college ball at taking charges. His 15-foot jump shot also very difficult to keep up with. The one spot, J.D. Note, the 5 position, Jalen Williams, as hard of a combo to guard as we have in all of college basketball.
And so Williams, who has 7 consecutive double-doubles, will get it started opposite Uroš Plavšić in a rematch from a couple Saturdays ago, a defensive-minded game that Arkansas won 58-48. Kennedy Chandler runs the point, gets aggressive, and dishes to Plavšić, who gets fouled, and already won on Jalen Williams, who fouled out Wednesday night against LSU.
Right off the bat, Plavšić goes right at Jalen Williams' body on the drive, and expect that type of action to continue for the next 40 minutes. You can't let Williams be a free safety at the rim.
Plavšić rattles the first one home. He only had 2 points in the previous matchup between these two teams. It's a Tennessee team that is undefeated at home this season, 15-0. They're coming off of a comfortable midweek win against Georgia by 7. Starters for Arkansas have been the same the last few weeks. It keyed a big Arkansas turnaround, mainly on the defensive end. They've got great length with Davis, Amude, and Wade. And a turnaround for Stanley Amude, who draws the foul. The one change to that starting 5 is that Devontae Davis is back into starting 5 for the Razorbacks.
Tom, both teams are so good at recognizing the mismatch quickly and exposing it. That time Amude got switched off on by the point guard of Tennessee. He goes right to the block. Now Tennessee came with a quick double team on the baseline side. Amude too quick though to get the shot off. Very well done.
Amude transferred from South Dakota, where he was one of the best scorers in college basketball, and he's been robbing to J.D. Note's Batman in the Arkansas backcourt, and has been a key player for the Razorbacks this season.
Arkansas has not played in a hostile environment all season long on the road in their true road games. Now, Bud Walton has been electric and loud.
Yeah.
They'll have to carry some of that over with them today in a rockin' Thompson-Boling Arena.
Here's Santiago Vescovi from 14.
So good with a shot fake is Vescovi. Not only at the three-point line, but playing off of 2 feet. His shot fake as good as we have in this league.
J.D. Note was quiet last time out against LSU. He finished with only 12 points. There's Amude again.
Arkansas picking on the small point guard of Tennessee early.
Josiah Jordan-James with the 3. James is coming off of a 23-point game against Georgia. He was red hot against the Bulldogs. And what a wild card he can be for this Tennessee lineup.
Now, neither team is heavy on the 3 ball. Tennessee has increased it from last year. But you cannot allow Josiah Jordan-James to get free in transition.
Here's Note, second best scorer in the SEC. He's been in double figures every game this season.
Well, Tommy's coming off of the game. You and I did it Wednesday night. LSU kind of bothered him for the first time all year, blitzing that ball screen. Major factor down the stretch, though, because, again, he is a dude at the end of the day.
Brandon Huntley Hatfield off the mark and a foul on the rebound. Eric Musselman said, you know, it was the first time we'd seen that coverage, but it was good for us to see because we're going to see it again down the road the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. You get into deep March in that NCAA tournament, teams try to scheme away your best guy. And J.D. Note, I thought, was patient against that blitz coverage of LSU. But on the road today, number 1 in that Arkansas uniform, he's got to be big.
They let Jalen Williams bring the ball up the court, finally get it to Note here after a couple of passes. Note can't finish. Vescovi the board. He had double-figure rebounds in the first matchup between these two teams. It was a defensive-minded affair for sure. The team shot the ball particularly well in Fayetteville. The Volunteers are shooting it well to start this one. And that includes 2 for 2 from D.
That quick trigger of Vescovi. Tennessee with perfect passing on their three-point shots this year. Those makes are tied to the ability to deliver the ball on time, on target. Vescovi lets it fly.
Volunteers have scored the last 6. Amude to the elbow. Wow. Stanley Amude's got 5 early on for the Hogs, all 5.
He has been tremendous in the last month. Amude as that second perimeter scorer with Note.
Something in the air tonight here in Knoxville. Kennedy Chandler knocks it down. Volunteers have started 4 for 5.
Tom, in a game like this, both coaches, you just tell your guys, cut it loose and play, man. We know them, they know us. Toss it up and let's go.
Amude. No. And rebound knocked out by Wade.
And a 3-ball of Tennessee, a perfect 3 for 3 so far. They've gotten in transition. And again, their passing is so good, and they get behind the ball as shooters and stepping into their shot as opposed to reaching back. Chandler with a really good feel where that three-point line was, spins it in, and the ball is off to a good start on Rocky Top.
Well, Tennessee 253rd in the country in two-point percentage. It puts an emphasis not only on their three-point shooting, but their defense.
Yeah.
And two of the favorite Volunteers, Zakai Ziegler and John Fulkerson, just checked in the game to a loud ovation. Good hands by Chris Likes and an Arkansas steal. Here's Amude again. He's been the go-to guy for Arkansas early on. What a great pass from Vescovi, just a hair behind James. Tennessee shooting 80% from the floor to start this thing. The Volunteers have opened up an 8-point lead at home against Arkansas.
Five-hour Energy, because it's time to hit the gym and work up a sweat. And you're gonna need some energy, lots of energy. 5-hour Energy for every workout.
Capital One Saver Card, baby. 4% cash back on dining and entertainment.
Rewarding Chuck for dining and entertainment?
So he does.
That's like rewarding me every time I use a curse word.
It's like rewarding me every time I say hello, friends.
Like rewarding me for every time I plunder.
Hey, Garth, thanks for the goat cheese.
Don't thank me, thank her.
This goat cheese is from that goat?
What's in your wallet?
Whoa, hold up there, partner. That's my line now.
Tell him, Sam. Tell him who's the GOAT.
I've had dreams that weren't just dreams. Time to fly. The only thing that matters to you is still here. I know it's why you're still fighting. You don't know me, no?
The overtime went into overtime. What do? You turn to DiGiorno to be MVP. MV Pizza. Fresh baked taste. The win and move. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Look, Serena Williams, Matrix. Serena, Matrix. Serena, Matrix.
Get your TV together with the best of live and on-demand. DirecTV Stream.
Oh, there's my little nephew. He looks more like Dad every time I see him. Dad is old. Right. So your message said you wanted to talk about insurance?
I said I want you to talk about insurance.
Well, most people know that bundling home and auto saves you money.
Keep saying your words.
But did you know that new customers who bundle and save with Progressive can save an average of $800? Sleeping baby. I love you too.
Feel stuck with your finances? Move your money to SoFi and feel what it's like to get your money right.
I jump up on the stage and do my money dance. I throw some money up and watch the money land. I do my money dance. I do my money dance. Jump up on the stage and do my money dance.
Move your money to SoFi and earn up to 1% APY when you sign up for SoFi Checking and Savings.
Well, no doubt Coach K is the story of the day in college basketball. Let's take you back to January of 1998. There's a young Rick Barnes with his Clemson team. Number 2, Duke was the opponent, and in Cameron Indoor, Terrell McIntyre misses. And Ike Iturbe had a chance to win it, but Duke survived at home. Remember, Clemson does not have much success at Cameron Indoor. Rick Barnes won 3 of the first 4 head-to-head matchups with Coach K, even though Krzyzewski leads the all-time head-to-head 9-3. They last met in the 2009 NCAA tournament. There's some similarities between these Hall of Famers, and you saw it firsthand when you watched film with Tennessee last night. It was not a quick session.
Coach K and Rick Barnes, they live in the film room. I was in there with Tennessee last night for about an hour, and it was intense. Watching about 20 minutes of yesterday's practice, then they moved on to Arkansas. It got so intense at one point, Rick Barnes was talking about a play he wanted to run today. And he said it's the same play that Skinny Poon used to run at Boston College. Skinny Penn is his number, but he called it his name, but he called him Skinny Poon, and no one said a word, just kept listening.
It's way funnier in the retell, I got to be honest. The guy Ziegler hits his first shot. What a reaction volunteer fans have had for him and his family after a house fire last week. They've raised nearly $400,000 for the Ziegler family. His mom in Knoxville now after the residence in Queens, New York caught fire last week. Here's James. Back to Ziegler, and no whistle on the bump from Mike. And one part of your story, Jimmy, that stands out to me, I think fans wouldn't realize, yeah, game film is one thing, but the fact the coaches spend so much time watching their own practices and using it as a teaching point.
Yeah, especially this late in the year. And Rick Barnes was, you could feel the intensity in the film room last night was going to carry over today. You've seen it from both ball clubs so far. Again, both teams legitimate Final Four contenders.
It didn't start that way for Arkansas. The Razorbacks lost to Hofstra in the non-conference, among others. They started conference play 0-3, including a home loss to Vandy. Now they've won 14 out of 15. In fact, they became the first major conference team to win 8 straight in their league. That's Vescovy after an 0-3 start since UCLA in 1981.
Tom, over the last month, Arkansas has held opponents to 26% shooting from the three-point line with their high hand closeouts. So far, Tennessee, no problem rising and firing over the top.
Well, one of the issues for Arkansas defensively today, as J.D. Note hits one, is that they are playing at least early on without 6'6" Au'Diese Toney. Injured his ankle late in the LSU game. It was questionable whether or not he'll see the floor today, maybe available in an emergency situation. There's John Fulkerson, the 6-year senior, and the crowd to its feet at Thompson Bowling.
John Fulkerson was really good last year in his first senior day. This is his second senior. He had 14 and 7 last year against Florida.
Tennessee 7 of 10 from the floor. And Arkansas will have 14 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
And Tennessee is really moving that ball hot from side to side. Again, their passes are on purpose, on point. And letting that thing fly with the outstretched arms. You have to make some guarded threes against Arkansas because they are so good and so fast and so big on their closeouts. And Fulke with a nice rim cut off the paint touch of Ziegler.
Off the baseline out of bounds, Jalen Williams misses a mid-range shot. That is his first shot in this game.
Tom, Tennessee continues to put a body on Jalen Williams. on any off-ball action, not allowing Jay Will to just be a free safety and roam in front of that rim. I like what Tennessee's doing, making him defend around that restricted arc.
Williams will get a breather here. Kennedy Chandler returns for Tennessee. It's a different Arkansas team without the 6'10 sophomore out of Fort Smith on the floor. Here's Chandler. A foul on the shot. And it's the first on Amude.
Tom, that's potentially a big loss, Audice Toney, for Arkansas today. The reason why I say that, Audice Toney has developed into a defender for Eric Musselman that you can put him on anybody, especially the last 4 or 5 minutes of a ball game, and take out the guy that's hurting you the most.
Chandler left that short. He's turned into a different player since the Texas game. Rick Barnes put him in touch with TJ Ford, his former point guard, and TJ Ford said, you want to play point guard for Rick Barnes? You have to be accountable. It's not going to be easy. He will hold you to a high standard.
Well, you got to be the toughest guy on the floor as a point guard spot for Rick Barnes. Just start all the way back to TJ Ford, Jordan Bone, just keep on going down the line. And he does not wait, Rick Barnes, until you're a sophomore. Your first practice as a freshman, man, it is right in the nose, right in front of you. He was on Kennedy Chandler and Ziegler last night, extremely hard in that film room, expecting a lot today.
Here's J.D. Note. He has 5. Chandler in transition will pull it back out.
Note, such a strong driver. His kill spot is anything in the middle third of the floor, as a three-point shooter, as an elbow jump shooter, or going to the rim.
Falling like bowling pins. And Chris Likes trying to catch his breath. He took a shot as he went to the floor.
Arkansas tries to blow up dribble handoffs. And at times there's going to be a lot of heavy contact. And watch Likes right here. He's going to try to blow it up. Bam, and he gets blown up. Hard collision, hard contact. And J.D. Note, again, what is his kill spot? It's in the middle third of the floor. And that's a hard guarded shot going to his left. If you're Tennessee, you pat him on the butt and say, nice play, and play on.
Fouls on Likes after the collision with Fulkerson. Volunteers have hit 7 of 10 to start this game. Wow, Chandler with the 3. That's his second triple early.
Tennessee comes in making 8 3-point shots per game in conference play at 35%. If you're Arkansas, you think, can they keep shooting at this high rate? You better guard them.
Note down the lane, rebounded by Ziegler.
Yeah, mismatch, right?
Yep. Adu with the turnaround and draws a foul from Kamani Johnson. Tennessee 6 of 7 from deep to open up an 11-point lead here at home. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5 Hour Energy. It's the one when you gotta get stuff done.
You take the west, I take on the east. I'ma put them in the cage, never let out the. I hear him chatting with the boys, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, not so tough, but not keep talking. Yeah, just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome. Yeah, just too sharp with the prize. Let her tell me I'm awesome. Yeah, let her tell me I'm. Let her tell me I'm awesome. Yeah, hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution.
There are all kinds of products in this world. Things that make life easier or more fun. But New York Life's product is different. It's 12,000 experts whose responsibility is to be there, to guide you through the happiest and most difficult times. People who know the most valuable things in life aren't things at all. This is our product. This is what we do.
Oh, I'm so glad we did this.
I'm so glad we did this.
I'm so glad we did this.
I'm so glad we did it!
I'm so
glad we did this.
Life is for living. Let's partner for all of it.
I'm so glad we did this.
Edward Jones.
Now is the time to experience Lexus at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
Get $1,500 lease cash toward a 2022 RX 350.
This is a Filet-O-Fish sandwich. These are Arby's 2 for $6 crispy and spicy fish sandwiches. So, see you soon then. Arby's, we have the meats.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through.
A ridiculous start for Tennessee, Jimmy. They're scoring 1.7 points per possession already.
Yeah, it's a 3-ball, Tom Hart, and you have to make guarded shots against Arkansas, but especially at the 3-point line. All these threes are being challenged with high hands by Arkansas, and the Razorbacks have led this league in 3-point percentage defense. So if you're Arkansas, you have to tighten up even another step, and then when you do that, now the drive ability of Ziegler, Vescovi, and Chandler comes into play.
If we don't see Au'Diese Toney in the game for Arkansas today, what does that do to them on the defensive end?
It really hurts them. He's, like I said, he's their most versatile defensive guy. And you can put him on any guard that's hurting you all the way up to a 6'8", 6'9" forward. And that's the value of a kid, especially on the road, man. You lose what is your best defender, that's a big blow.
If you miss it, Toney with an ankle injury at the end of the LSU win Wednesday night. Jonas Aidoo goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Largest lead of the game for Tennessee.
In the first matchup, J.D. Notae got nothing in the paint and did not attempt a free throw. Arkansas was very good, Tom, staying in front of the ball when Notae was the handler.
Hard screen from up top. Tennessee back out to Vescovi.
The mismatch.
Aidoo gives it up. The Ziegler-Likes matchup is a fascinating one. Here's Chandler now. The double clutch. He throws in his third 3 of the game.
You have to make Tennessee bounce the ball. And they are red hot from the 3-point line. That high hand challenge isn't enough.
Kennedy Chandler comes from a long line of scores. His grandpa KC played at Hamilton High School in Memphis. He was such a great scorer, his nickname was 40. Wow. That's what he scored per game.
Is that why people call me Zero? Now it's coming around.
I'm working with Jimmy .9 Dykes.
Oh man, Arkansas's got their hands full. I mean, that high hand closeout time, now it's not enough.
Yeah,
we're almost 10 minutes in, and you've got to start making Tennessee do something off the bounce. That urgency has got to pick up for the Hogs in this building.
Lob to Wade. In traffic, Ziegler stripped him. It will be Tennessee basketball. So what's on the line for these two teams today? With an Auburn loss, the winner of this one would share the SEC regular season crown. 3 teams, 1 game behind Auburn. These two and Kentucky. And a shot clock violation off the baseline out of bounds.
Yeah, Trey Wade's got to shoot the jump shot. And you got 2 seconds to work with. He popped out to an uncontested 12-footer. Lack of awareness by 3.
Tennessee averages 9 made threes a game. Jimmy mentioned that a moment ago. They've already made 7 this afternoon. We're not yet 10 minutes in.
That's really well done by Plavsic. I mean, Plavsic got a foot right at the restricted arc before he shot the ball. Exactly what you want from a post player in this league.
Corner 3 off the mark. Arkansas shooting just 35% from the floor in this game, while Tennessee's at 77, and an offensive foul in transition. 30-13 Tennessee. Coming up next, 2 Eastern, 1 Central. These 3 games will take us through another huge day of college basketball. First of the Big Ten, last weekend of the regular season. What a rivalry, Purdue and Indiana. Carolina and Duke come your way, 6 o'clock Eastern. It's Coach K's final game at Cameron Indoor. 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. You'll want to tune in early. There'll be a fantastic pregame ceremony featuring all the former players that played for Coach K, at least those that aren't playing in the NBA this weekend. A Tennessee takeaway. Jimmy, Tennessee's on a 9-0 run. They've only missed 3 shots in the first quarter of this game.
A block a block call on Jalen Williams. He's been the best in the country at taking charges out of that 5 position. And he had a couple of them Wednesday night against LSU that were actually blocks, and he got the favorable whistle. Not here today. That's an easy call. He's stepping over as Vescovi on the straight line path.
That's how Arkansas is a rim protecting defense. See, on the run, Kamude, bad pass. They're not a great shot blocking team, so if you take that weapon away, it's got to change who they are in the paint.
And it certainly changes Arkansas, Tom, when Jalen Williams goes out of the ball game. Right. In this aspect, they get 38% on the defensive glass when he's on the floor. That number drops to 28% when he's off the floor. Now that he's off the floor, Arkansas is vulnerable on that offensive glass.
Huntley Hatfield, they had a fistful of jersey on him. And it's the first on K.K. Robinson.
Man, what an atmosphere and what a moment, and the emotion is just going to jump off the screen tonight when Coach K walks out of that locker room for the last time to begin a ball game. He's got a lot of tremendous qualities as a leader. His ability to adapt over the years certainly has to be the top of the list. Adapting with recruiting, adapting with rule changes, adapting how you build your roster.
It's a sign of all the great coaches.
32 days they camped out in Krzyzewskiville to get a ticket. How about, what would you do for 32 days camping out?
I'd be watching tonight's primetime game on ABC and the ESPN app. I could watch it on my phone, so that'd be easy. It's Steph, Clay, and the Warriors in LA to take on LeBron and the Lakers. Golden State won the last matchup 117-115. Clay had 16 in the fourth quarter. Great to see him healthy and back on the floor. Our coverage begins with NBA Countdown. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC and the ESPN app. 32 days in a tent?
I guess the question would be, what would you camp out for 32 days in order to get to see?
The chance to work with you again. Arkansas's got a drought of nearly 4 minutes. That'll continue. Davis tried to pick it up. Healed it to himself. Shot clock at 10. Devo Davis can be a go-to guy in the offensive end. Shot clock now at 3. He never gave it up, and he hits the mid-range.
Yeah, he has really gotten his confidence back. He was an all preseason SEC guy to start the year. Been kind of an up and down season for him, but man, those last 5 or 6 ball games, Devo's back to being Devo.
And the game winner against Oral Roberts to take Arkansas to the Elite 8. What a run. That's one of the reasons in this game notwithstanding, I think a lot of people think that Arkansas has a great chance to go on a deep run under Eric Musselman because they've done it. They went to the Elite 8 last year.
And Tom, they're built to do it. Those 3 6'6" guys, when Tony's on the floor, are a real problem to match up with. You know, the one position with Note is as good as anything we have in college ball. The 5 spot with Jalen Williams can match up with anyone. Just their physical size is a real problem.
They are closing with the toughest schedule in college basketball right now, and they get everybody's best every night, usually in front of a packed house, as you said, at Bud Walton. Are they fatigued? Does that wear a team out over the course of a season?
I think everybody in the SEC, especially those top 4, are trying to restore their energy between now and Tampa. And those top 4 have a break. They don't play till Friday, so they'll get a good 48 hours if this game to kind of recover their body and their minds You've got to grind through it. And again, both these teams now, they are serious threats to be in New Orleans.
Tennessee is sizzling hot in this game. 77% from the floor, 7 of 8 from 3. They're shooting a better percentage from 3 than from the free throw line.
And Eric Musselman has gone deeper in his bench today than he's gone in a long time. Robinson and KK getting minutes. Arkansas has been about a 7-man rotation for the last 6 weeks.
Jackson Robinson drills his first chance.
He comes in the game to do that. He's a deep corner shooter at his core. Watch how hard Tennessee cuts off the ball. The hardest cutting team in this league.
Vescovy tried to share it inside, taken away by KK Robinson. See if the Hogs can find some tempo. Jackson Robinson again. And a foul on the floor will go against Santiago Vescovy. It's a 33-18 lead for Tennessee, 2 of the league's best. Sold out Thompson Bowling Arena. This is the SEC on ESPN.
At JP Morgan, the only definition of wealth that matters is yours. It can be a smaller house, but a bigger nest egg, a goal to work toward, or the freedom to walk away. With 200 years of experience, personalized advice, and commission-free trades on an award-winning app, we're working for you. Planning, investing, advice. JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Who's got the best fans?
That's a very good question.
Let's put up a poll.
Come on, England.
Jayo! Look who's got the best fans.
Yes!
With WebEx, the McLaren F1 team and their fans are competing like never before. WebEx, driving hybrid work.
For me, one of the best things about life is that we keep moving forward. We discover exciting new technologies, redefine who we are and how we want to lead our lives. Basically, we choose what we want our future to look like. So what's yours going to be?
Thanks a lot for all the support. First of all, it's KRZYZEWSKI.
Every day I had an opportunity to be with the best.
He's been as good as anybody who's ever coached this game.
Defense, great win. And I'm telling you guys, here's what I want you to know. We've beaten 2 top 5 teams. We are a national championship contender. I'm telling you. You better know that. All right.
We got to keep doing it. We got to keep going.
Pushing P, baby.
Yeah, they've been loose. They're playing loose. They look like it, and they have some quality wins this season. Right before Christmas, they handed Arizona its first loss of the season. Arizona was averaging 90 points a game coming into that. They held Tommy Lloyd's team to 73.
Well, they're built to win on a neutral floor, and that's exactly where we go from here. And this is a Tennessee team. Their depth Rick Barnes has not put a bad defensive player on the floor. And you've already knocked off Arizona and Auburn that are projected #1 seeds. That tells you all you need to know about how dangerous this team in white will be.
Another Arkansas turnover. Tennessee 77% from the floor, but they haven't made a shot. A field goal in 3 minutes. Here's Fulkerson on his second senior day. And they're going to get a foul on Kamani Johnson. Kind of starting to feel like it's not going to be Arkansas's day. Where can they find a run? Where can they put it together?
I was just thinking that. You look out there, no Jalen Williams, no J.D. Note. And those are your two hosses. You're on the road playing with guys that have had limited minutes this year. Offensively, where can Arkansas answer? Defensively, Musselman doesn't put a bad defender on the floor as well. Offensively, can Arkansas hang in this game without Jay Will and Note on the floor?
Fulkerson's got another free throw coming. We're going to celebrate Coach K all day today in college basketball. You know, Coach K had 208 players in his time at Duke. Meanwhile, John Fulkerson has played with 45 different teammates. That's 22% of the total of players that played for Coach K in 42 years.
That's tremendous. And what I love about Fulky, a lot of things. I walked into their team meal last night, and he looks up and he says, "Hey, where are we on the jet?" Like, it was a serious question. Like, he wanted to know. I said, "Fulky, you're flirting with first class." He said, "Thank you, Coach." Like, it was all business with him.
Committed his first personal. He's such a veteran, he even knows when we're talking about him, he'll stop the clock to give us more time. Illegal screen goes against Devo Davis.
Arkansas just really out of sync right now. You're missing Au'Diese Toney with an injury. And no Note, no Jay Will. The most difficult thing to defend in this league is that high ball screen involving those two. Right now, it's not a factor in this game.
Eric Musselman spent 14 years as a professional coach, majority of those in the old CBA. He knows the value of rest and in-game rest, and you just get the feeling that that's what we're looking at with Jalen Williams and J.D. Note. And he just got teed up. Not going down without a fight.
Tom, there's a ton of fight inside of this guy, and I walked around downtown Knoxville with him yesterday afternoon for about 30 minutes. We both just happened to randomly meet up. And the stories he talked about, his CBA days, his NBA days, and how he's learned to fight, man, as a head coach. And what I appreciate about him is it's not going to take him 3 or 4 or 5 years to flip that program and have success in postseason. He did it immediately, and that's what you're looking for in this league when you make a hire. Eric Musselman grabbed that Arkansas job and said, "We're winning right now." He knows. He knew yesterday at 3 o'clock when we were walking around town, they're going to have their hands full today in this building.
He is not stopping. Got to be careful. If you watched the SEC women's tournament last night, you saw Alabama head coach Christy Curry picked up 2 technicals in the first half and got ejected before they got to halftime. That was in the Lady Vols' commanding victory in Nashville. Men's tournament starts in Tampa. Musselman still all over Joe Lindsey and his entire staff right now. Powell with the step through. Nice move for the Auburn transfer. His first bucket.
That should not happen. Arkansas is too good defensively. You got inexperienced guys on the floor, though, not fighting at the level that they're supposed to in Musselman's eyes.
A little leaner for K.K. Robinson, sophomore out of Little Rock. Ziegler with a burst. And an offensive foul. Well, that was odd. It was almost like he made more contact with John Fulkerson than the other team.
Tennessee continues to punish the front of the rim in their transition. And whether it's Fulkerson or Adu or Huntley Hatfield, they're going body on body, but it happens so quick. Fulkerson right there with the hip check. I think that's a proper call. I know it is.
Yeah.
I mean, Fulkerson dislodges the defender, although he's on the move. But that just speaks to the physicality that Tennessee's playing within this game.
So it's a second on Fulkerson.
J.D. Note needs to have a really good next 6 minutes get Arkansas back in this game, and he's capable of doing it.
Powell with the reach in.
Hands on the dribbler are an automatic, and Joe Lindsey right on top of the call.
Team foul on Tennessee. Arkansas has only shot 2 free throws in this game. The Tennessee's 14 to this point. And Devo Davis will go to the line. 4-star recruit, 4-time first-team All-State out of Jacksonville High School in Arkansas. Vescovi tried to save it. It will stay with the Hogs. Arkansas leads the country in both free throw attempts and free throws made. So this is not in their DNA to only attempt 3 free throws in the first 14 minutes of a game. Part of it, the fact that Note and Williams have been sitting.
And it speaks to who they are offensively. They are a hard driving team. And again, Note, Tom, really struggling to get in the paint in this ball game, just like he did in their win in Fayetteville.
Here's Ziegler down the lane. Boy, threw on the brakes but couldn't knock it down.
You know, without Jalen Williams on the floor, Tennessee's going to have some ability to get to the rim, right?
Even with their smaller guard.
Absolutely. Well, that high butt screen in transition, hard to handle. And Tennessee throws at you about any time they get a chance.
How do you teach that?
Well, wait till the shot goes or doesn't go. So what I mean by that high butt screen, the Tennessee post player, Tom, they'll actually be facing the rim.
There's an offensive foul on Robinson, and it's his second.
And it puts that defender in a real predicament, what shoulder to get on, and frees up that ball screen coming at you. It's a hard play to handle. Simple in transition, hard to cover.
Seventh Arkansas turnover. On a day where they're shooting just 38%. Chris Likes. Miami transfer re-enters, and he'll take Robinson's spot. This Tennessee backcourt has been such a strength for them all season. 3 different players that all bring something different to the table. And Kennedy Chandler, Santiago Vescovi, and Zakai Ziegler, who comes off the bench.
And think about what Tennessee has done to Arkansas's defense. 2 best defenses in SEC play, holding opponents to 66 points. Tennessee is going to be close to 50 in the first half if Arkansas doesn't tighten down.
Vols have hit 7 threes in this game. 2 of those have come second chance points off of offensive rebounds. Ziegler with the shovel pass. Oh, it was stripped away by Kamani Johnson, but the Volunteers find it with 5. Chandler got it. Kennedy Chandler, another 3. He's got a dozen in the first half.
Just the fight factor by Tennessee to come up with a loose ball. Sometimes the ball knows when it deserves to go in, and that was one of them.
J.D. Note just 2 for 7 in this game. Here's Ziegler now. Another! Tennessee pouring it on.
Tom, you said it early. Tennessee playing loose and confident.
Arby's, 2 for $6 every day. Arby's classic roast beef, adored by billions. 2 of those things for just $6. Arby's, we have the meat.
I am so pumped to be back with you guys for March Madness.
You remember the first time we got together?
Good seat, Sam. I used my Capital One Quicksilver card and earned 1.5% cash back.
I don't know what that is, but sounds cool.
Come on, Ref! Sorry, I'll never do that again. Promise.
Hello, friends.
You knew about the Quicksilver card back then?
It's called being a visionary, Chuck.
Sam, you've always been ahead of the game.
I think you're gonna like it here. Why is everyone throwing things at me? Look, as CFO, it's my job to be ready for whatever's next. That's why I have my finance team randomly hurl things at me. It's also why we use Workday. It gives us insight, so we quickly pivot our strategy, people, planning, you name it.
Sorry, sir. I will aim straight at you next time.
See that you do. Would you like some coffee? Or...
Workday, the finance, HR, and planning system for a changing world.
And I walk out, and my car is dented.
Well, Geico does offer 24/7 claim service with personalised attention from an assigned team.
24/7? That's a lot of attention.
They're not actually with you 24/7. They're just available whenever you need them.
Oh, okay, good. Because I took an online quiz, and it turns out I'm an introvert.
Oh, I actually think I'm an introvert, too.
Oh, no, it's incredibly rare.
I don't think that's right.
Sorry.
Okay.
Geico, your claims team is here for you 24/7.
Icy hot. Ice works fast. Heat makes it last. Feel the power of contrast therapy. So you can rise from pain. Icy hot.
Check out this Verbo.
Oh, man. Look at me. Here I am. Right where I belong.
It's all I've been looking for and so much more, and now I'm here, now you're here. Nothing can go wrong, 'cause I am right where I belong.
It's that time when every game starts to define you.
Curry way downtown.
Make
Bang!
or miss. Coming together or falling apart. Now or not yet. So is it going to be your time or someone else's? It's time to decide.
Well, Kennedy Chandler's been an impact freshman here on Rocky Top, and they weren't sure he was going to be wearing a Tennessee jersey. Everybody wanted him, Kentucky, Duke, and so did Arkansas. And the Arkansas ties go back to Hamilton High School, early 90s. Kennedy's dad, Kylan, was a teammate of Todd Day, but they played for Todd's stepdad, Ted Anderson, still friends with Todd to this day, and it goes a little bit deeper than that. Kylan's wife, the cousin of Lee Mayberry, growing up in the Tulsa area. You can't find much better connections to the Hogs than Todd Day and Lee Mayberry.
No, you cannot. And this kid could have gone anywhere in the country, and he chose Tennessee because he said, I wanted to be hard coached every day. Not that he wouldn't at some other schools, but that's the reputation Rick Barnes has. And I wasn't sure 6 weeks ago Tennessee could be a Final Four team because of the point guard play, inconsistency of Kennedy Chandler. That question has been eliminated. He is absolutely, along with Zakai Ziegler, good enough to get you that championship game.
Chris Likes with the three. That ends a 2-minute, 10-second Arkansas drought. It turned into a fadeaway from Huntley Hatfield.
Why would Huntley Hatfield get the ball in front of the rim and shoot it 8 feet on the other side of the rim? Rick Barnes is going to ask the question as he comes to the bench as well right now.
French judge does not give you points for difficulty. Not in basketball. Cheap halftime report coming your way. A lot of talk about in college basketball, including game day at Cameron Indoor, the farewell to Coach K. Other conferences coming down to the wire. Big one in the Big 12 today, and we've got the Big 10 to follow.
Tom, what's the ACC going to look like going forward? Ooh, no Coach K, no Roy Williams. I mean, that's a major hit to a league.
And how many years does Jim Boeheim have left to share?
Yeah, Leonard Hamilton. And the ACC is in a downward spiral right now. You just can't take for granted that winning's going to stay consistent at the top of the league. And Shire's a tremendous hire from what I think. I believe in Hubert Davis, but I'm telling you, you lose 2 legends in that league within an 11-month period. Keep an eye on the ACC going forward. A lot of questions right now than answers.
So it stands to reason that over the span of one player's college career, being 4 years or so, you could have job, what a pass from Likes. Job changes at Carolina, Duke, Louisville, and Syracuse, all in that span. Those are the top programs in your league year in and year out.
It's a huge hire waiting to happen at Louisville, to your point, because we know how good a job that is. There's not been that strong name surface. I don't know, would Mick Cronin leave UCLA to come back to the part of the country and where he once was? If so, home run hire.
Here's junior Santiago Vescovi got his shot blocked. It'll be Arkansas basketball, 3:06 to play in the half. Let's see, it's come back to earth offensively, 59%, but a red-hot start. And the Razorbacks undone by the lack of production from Jalen Williams, who's been on a bench good chunk of this first half. Foul on Jonas Aidoo.
Interesting, J.D. Notae on the bench. Doesn't have a foul yet. He's 2 for 7 in the ball game with 5 points. But Eric Musselman letting his young guys, untested guys, low-minute guys finish out this half.
And that includes Kamani Johnson Jr. from Brooklyn, who gives him just 8 minutes a game on average. He was part of the new look lineup when they came out against Missouri as they went bigger across the board, but got injured in that game and didn't play in the next 3.
What Eric tell us on Wednesday, they were 0-3 in the league, and he did not flinch as a head coach in terms of how we're going to defend. I love what he told his guys. You can keep playing your way, we will keep losing. You can play my way, and we'll start winning. And man, have they been hot ever since, up until this afternoon.
Ziegler, beautiful crossover. Didn't get the whistle. Just kind of threw it up at the end. Razorbacks trying to make some noise late, but it's another turnover. And then a foul from K.K. Robinson, and that is his 3rd. Every time Arkansas starts to make a mini run, and they've scored the last 6, then they make a killer mistake.
Arkansas, they just look so different when Jalen Williams is not on the floor. He changes everything for Arkansas on both ends. I mean, defensively, his ability to take away the rim, and their guards typically take away the 3, and Arkansas forces you to make a lot of tough 2s. Not in this game.
Vescovi 77% from the line on the year. Look at this lineup we have for sports fans today. Blackhawks square off against the Flyers at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC. Oh, by the way, North Carolina and Duke on ESPN, a Sonic blockbuster. Steph, Clay, and the Warriors take on LeBron and the Lakers on ABC. And the main card, UFC 272 from Las Vegas, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. A little bit of everything for you in this lineup. Vescovi knocks down both of them.
Speaking of hockey, how about our producer Scott Matthews, his son Blake Matthews, with a game winner today in the Connecticut playoff.
Let's go.
Yes, way to go, Blake.
Josiah Jordan-James fouled on his way in, and he'll go to the free throw line. Well, if you're going to make a basketball player, you want to make him in the mold of Josiah Jordan-James, 6'6", 214, junior from Charleston, South Carolina. Jim, and I know you know this story, but Josiah Jordan is the name. And I talked to his mom earlier this season. She appreciates it when you give the full name instead of just Josiah or Jordan.
Josiah from a biblical character.
He's got biblical and he's got basketball.
And Michael Jordan is where Jordan comes from.
She said, my husband insisted on Jordan. I said, no, that's going second. Basketball will be second.
Yeah, good for them, right? And he is the keeper of the culture that Rick Barnes established when he first got here. From Grant Williams to Schofield, now Josiah Jordan-James, Vescovi and Fulke have kept that torch hot. Arkansas really just careless with the ball so far in this building. 10 turnovers for Arkansas in the first half.
That has led to 13 points for Tennessee off of those turnovers.
Tom, it also speaks, though, how gap-heavy Tennessee is and how active they are with their hands in those gaps. They attack the ball with 2 hands. Virginia defensively very good at the same thing. They don't reach with 1. They go at that thing with 2. They full body help on the gap.
Second on Aidoo. And that'll put Kamani Johnson at the free throw line. Played 2 seasons at Little Rock, was an all Sun Belt Conference performer. And made his living at the free throw line with Little Rock, with 6 in school history and free throws made a couple years ago.
Said Tennessee was going to get close to 50 in the half.
Yeah, you're right on it.
They're a bucket away. Again, the winner of this game will be no worse than a 2 seed in Tampa next week.
Lots still to be determined today, especially in the middle of the pack in the SEC proceeding at the SEC tournament. But Jimmy, I don't know if there's a huge difference the way everybody's playing in the 1 through 4 seeds right now.
I agree with you.
They do the block and then the foul.
The order that ends up, 1 through 4, does not matter.
There is still very much value, and Bruce Pearl has talked about it, winning a regular season, and the reward for going through what has turned into an incredible grind. And he said that in many ways carries more weight than what happens in Tampa, where you get to the big dance and it can be a crapshoot with who you draw and what happens.
Rick Barnes told his guys last night, starting tomorrow, every game's the most important game we have left on our schedule, because after today, you lose and you're done in Tampa, you lose, you're done in the NCAA. And he's been very blunt with his guys about how good they can be. Can they get scoring at the 5 spot out of Adu and Huntley Hatfield? Don't know. But defensively and rebounding wise, those 2 kids can hold their own.
Tennessee's last loss came 2 weeks ago against Arkansas. They haven't lost consecutive games all season. But to your point and Coach Barnes' point, that's moot. It's just one loss will knock you out of either tournament.
Tom, I said it earlier, but just keep an eye on how hard Tennessee cuts off the ball. And Muss was talking about it yesterday with me. He said, there's not a team in college basketball that cuts harder. He said, I think we cut hard as Razorbacks. We're not at the level of Tennessee.
Here's Ziegler. He'll let it fly from the E. And a foul inside will go against Huntley Hatfield. It's his second.
If you haven't fouled in this game, you're not trying. Because we now have 5 fouls called already. Right?
Hear more whistles in a Vanderbilt baseball game. Kamani Johnson to the free throw line. He is 4 of 6 from the line. It seemed like just a minute ago Arkansas had only been to the line 3 times. That's their 12th attempt this half. I know we've talked about it. You're good with the way the game of basketball has been officiated this season?
I am. I think we're playing real basketball. And the freedom of movement, we can argue back and forth all we want about it, but just go back the last 2 or 3 years, the scoring is about the same, slightly up. The field goal percentage is slightly up. The possessions are slightly up. All the rules favor the offense. We just have to make sure we continue to call the game as the rules are written. That's all we're asking for. But we don't need to go back to calling 20, 21 per half. Just walk away. Just walk away. I mean, true toughness is doing what's right when it's hard to do what's right. And sometimes it's hard to just walk away, but that's what the toughest teams actually do. They don't stand there and get drawn into something that at the end of the day really doesn't matter.
So to put J.D. Note at the free throw line, Santiago Vescovi says, Mr. Official, we'd like to use a timeout. 35 seconds left in this first half with Tennessee cruising. We're back in 30 seconds.
Nothing here. Nothing in the walls. Nothing in the vent. I found a quarter and buttons.
Why?
There's money hiding somewhere in our house.
With Rocket Mortgage, we can use the equity in our home and turn it into cash.
So I can stop looking and we can finally consolidate our debt?
Yes, please stop.
For a better way to find money in your home,
Rocket can.
Rocket.
Coming up next, these 3 games highlight another huge day in college basketball. It's a rivalry game in West Lafayette, number 8 Purdue, taking on a struggling Indiana team that needs some wins to get in. And then we take you to Allen Fieldhouse. It's a top 25 showdown, Texas and Kansas. And finally, it's not just Carolina Duke, But Coach K's final game at Cameron Indoor, that one starts at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific.
That graphic should be Indiana versus Peru, because there's no D in Purdue right now. To be that good offensively, Tom, they're #1 in the country offensively. I mean, they are just a tremendous force on that end of the floor. But
did Indiana Jones ever go to Peru?
I don't know, but Purdue is number 100 defensively. It just that has bothered me all year. That's not who Matt Painter is. You watch that game, though. Jay Nivey would be the guy I would pick first in the NBA draft. You don't make comparisons to John Morant often, at least I don't. And that's as close as we've had since John Morant in college. Maybe just a bigger version.
Arkansas only 7 of 15 from the line. Speaking of John Morant, Kennedy Chandler has hooked up with Ja as a mentor, taken over some of his game too. Just texting with him yesterday, as Dad told me. Here's Ziegler. Wow. Zakai Ziegler's got 9 in the first half.
Well, they got to 50.
The heave beats the buzzer, came early, but it was wide. Tennessee has hung a 0.5 on Arkansas in the first half. They came in 35% from deep. They've hit 9 of 12 from behind the arc in this one. What an offensive showing for Tennessee, trying to make an impact on their seeding in the Big Dance and possibly playing for a share of the SEC title. 50-29 Tennessee with the lead. Let's get you to Durham, the game day crew at Cameron Indoor. Reese.
What an impressive performance by the Big Orange. Glad to have you with us on the Jeep Halftime Report. We are just outside Cameron Indoor Stadium, where I suppose you've probably heard Mike Krzyzewski's final home game against North Carolina tonight. Tip-off just after 6 o'clock Eastern time. Great morning for college game day, and the party has continued. Tents are gone, but the party is not, as the Cameron Crazies are ready for Coach K and the Blue Devils had to say about the upcoming game.
In the last couple days, the magnitude of it being my last game is somewhat overwhelming, and you got to be careful that you don't get emotioned out, because you're going to need a lot of emotion to have a chance to win the game.
I mean, it's definitely a big significance to get that win, but we want to make this day all about Coach. Honestly, I think he deserves this day more than anybody else. He's done so much for not only Duke, but for just the whole game of basketball in general. And so he deserves a day where he can have all the spotlight on him.
I think it'll be surreal, honestly. You know, Coach K is the greatest to ever do it. You know, he built Cameron. He got history stretching years and years in this gym. So, you know, all that combined, you know, with this last game, you know, you want to go out on top for him.
42 seasons, the head coach at Duke, 572 times he's led the Blue Devils onto the floor at Cameron Indoor and emerged victorious. 572 and 75. That's a pretty good win percentage. Reese Davis, LaFonso Ellis, and Seth Greenberg here. So, Fonz, what do you think it's going to be like tonight?
It's going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be important for the players to manage their adrenaline. I had the privilege on being on that Denver Nugget team that was the first number 8 to beat a number 1 seed. We lose 2 games to Seattle, go home on our home floor. Seth, I was so hyped. John Elway in the building and all of that. And I was dunking the ball and just burned through my adrenaline. By the time we got to the start of the game, I was absolutely exhausted and played poorly in that game.
I'm thinking routine. It's a 6 o'clock game. Whatever their routine is for a 6 o'clock game, they need to execute right now. And then offensively and defensively, the 1 or 2 things they have to do to beat UNC, those are the things that Coach K is going to focus on. Here's the kicker, though. All that stuff is great. Routine, what do we need to focus on? Keep it simple. When those dudes walk into that arena, and then Coach K walks through those doors, and all of a sudden you see that atmosphere, that energy, and you see his reaction to that moment in time, all that stuff flies out the window. They're either going to be excited and be ready to play, or they're going to be exhausted because of everything that went into this game.
Now, a lot of these students camped out since January to be able to get in line and get a ticket for the North Carolina game. But remember, Cameron seats fewer than 10,000. It's one of the hottest tickets in sports, hottest ticket in college basketball in the last 10 years at least. But there are so many fans out here just soaking up the experience that don't have a ticket for the game tonight. They'll be watching with you, North Carolina and Duke, tonight. We've got plenty of highlights coming up in the early part of the day when you come back.
This halftime report is presented by the all-new 2022 Grand Wagoneer.
This is you, right? Like, you're like, bacon, bacon, bacon.
Well, this is you.
I love bacon. Sonic, bacon on bacon, quarter-pound double cheeseburger. Okay, you got me.
Okay, let's talk about those changes to your financial plan.
Bill? Mary?
Hey, it's our former broker, Carl.
Carl, say hi to Nina, our Schwab financial consultant.
I know how difficult these calls can be.
Not with Schwab. Nina made it easier to set up our financial plan.
We can check in on it anytime.
It changes when our goals change.
Planning can't be that easy.
Actually, it can be, Carl.
Look forward to planning with Schwab.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
We gotta tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. And we gotta do it fast.
Woo! New personal record, Limu!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Deep down, you know. You're not defeated. You are a giant, tied down with string. And at any moment, you can rise. The only question is how.
So with Geico, we can easily bundle home and car insurance and save even more?
Yeah, home, car, motorcycle, all bundled together. Just like that breakfast burrito.
So can I get chorizo?
Metaphorically, yeah.
Carnitas.
Just chicken. Just give me a bunch of chicken.
Oh, bacon?
Oh, wait, there isn't too much hot sauce, is there? I have a sensitive palate.
I actually like hot sauce. Can I get chips?
How about guacamole?
I don't really know what we're talking about anymore.
Burritos.
Sure.
Okay.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
You're watching the Jeep Halftime Report.
It's alive at Krzyzewskiville right outside Cameron Indoor Stadium. Coach K, final home game of the regular season. Remember, 2 more chapters, ACC tournament, NCAA tournament. It's certainly a landmark moment tonight. Alabama, LSU. Alabama, you get, remember that old movie Sybil they made with multiple personalities? That's Alabama. Brandon Murray hits the 3, but Javon Quinterly deep.
And the reason why they've been that way is because Javon Quinterly has been so inconsistent. When he's on, this is a very dangerous team and can make a deep run, but he has to be on in the NCAA.
These two teams are both dangerous in the NCAA tournament. LSU because of what they do defensively, switch on everything, getting offense out of the defense. And Alabama because of their style of play, how fast they play those spread ball screens. And if they're making shots, Reese Davis, all of a sudden, they become a dangerous out because of their style of play.
As a wise man once told me, it's a hard game if you can't make shots. Right now, Alabama's made enough to be up by 3. Villanova and Butler under 16 minutes to go in the first half. Great ball movement. Caleb Daniels finishing it off. Wildcats still in control. Justin Moore's going to end up cleaning up.
Yes, Villanova's so fundamentally sound on both ends of the floor, and you got to be able to run them off the three-point line. They have 6 made threes here in the first half.
Talking about a Villanova team trying to get to the number 2 line and stay on the number 2 line. They're going to probably have to run the Big East tournament. Tough out because they own the tempo of the game. And Colin Gillespie, whether he's on your All-American team or mine, that dude is tough and makes big shots.
Yeah, we did a College Game Day All-America team this morning. The problem with that is if you don't include somebody, it's as if you're saying, well, they're not good. We're not saying that. I mean,
I like a point guard with my players.
Look at the slate right here. Several games with implications on seeding. USC beat UCLA 5 times in a row. That's the nightcap.
It's
It's true. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with a Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition.
Really? Even if my old phone looks like this?
Dude,
why?
How could you? It's okay, people. I've trained for this.
It's not complicated. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with the Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition.
Get up, get moving, and gradually reduce grays the easiest way. Just step into the shower with Control GX, the first and only shampoo that blends away a little gray with every wash for a subtle, natural look. Control GX from Just for Men.
Can a company make the planet a better place? What if it's a company that's pursuing 100% renewable energy in our operations and aiming to protect millions of acres of land so we can all live better?
All right, so cordless headphones. You can watch movies through your phone. And y'all got electric cars? Yeah. The future is crunk.
Anything else you want to know?
Is the hype too much? Am I ready?
I can't tell you everything. But if you want to make history, you got to call your own shots.
We going to the league. We going to the league. We going to the league.
At JP Morgan, the only definition of wealth that matters is yours. It can be a smaller house, but a bigger nest egg, a goal to work toward, or the freedom to walk away. With 200 years of experience, personalized advice, and commission-free trades on an award-winning app, we are working for you. Planning, investing, advice. JP Morgan Wealth Management.
You know who I am?
Boy, hear everything they say.
Come on, vengeance. It'll be fun.
The Batman, rated PG-13, now playing in theaters.
This halftime report is presented by the all-new 2022 Grand Wagoneer.
Kennedy Chandler had himself a most efficient first half. Tennessee is blowing out Arkansas 50-29 break. What do you think it says about the state of the SEC?
The SEC's top four teams are 65-1 at home. They've got four teams that are capable, not saying they're going to go, but that are capable of getting to the Final Four.
Yeah, this Tennessee team, they go as Kennedy Chandler goes. One of the reasons why they're playing so well, and if they're going to go deep in the NCAA tournament, it'll be on the shoulders of this young freshman. He's got 12 in the first half.
So a complete blowout. Hard to imagine Tennessee's not going to win. What kind of fight does Arkansas have in the second half? Duke and Carolina tonight. We're here all day. This has been the Jeep Halftime Report.
She knows. She knows that each batch of guacamole at Chipotle starts with 48 whole, ripe avocados, and that it's hand-mashed right back here throughout the day. But you don't need to know all that to know that real food just tastes better. Chipotle, for real.
At JP Morgan, the only definition of wealth that matters is yours. It can be a smaller house, but a bigger nest egg, a goal to work toward, or the freedom to walk away. With 200 years of experience, personalized advice, and commission-free trades on an award-winning app, we are working for you. Planning, investing, advice. JP Morgan Wealth Management.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
It's time to start your own business, to turn your dream into something official. LegalZoom has helped launch and support millions of small businesses. Start an LLC, corporation, or nonprofit with LegalZoom. Let's make it official.
This is a community of selfless leaders and lifelong learners, backed by Orange every step of the way. This is the University of Tennessee. We give our all to discovery, to creativity, to each other. The world needs volunteers now more than ever, willing to step forward, light the way, and do whatever it takes. It takes.
Columbia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram gives thanks to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital for the 3rd straight year. Through March and April, we aim to make this year the best year ever by donating $150 for every vehicle sold. Shop online or at the dealership, and you too can help us honor St. Jude's 60th anniversary. Protect what matters most. You can count on us.
I think stocks for me were a little bit difficult to understand because it's not something I can see or feel or touch. Apps like Public help level out the playing field. When it came to buying stocks and trading stocks, it was kind of always about what do I believe in, what do I use, what do I want to be a part of. I want to give my money to a company and invest in companies that I believe in.
Use code TV to get up to $300 in free stock when you sign up today. Public.com.
Welcome back to Saturday Showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy. Jimmy, this is how you're getting home. You're going to ride a pogo stick all the way back. Tennessee has hung 50 points on Arkansas in the first half, mainly from behind the arc. I'm Hart. Jimmy Dice, this is a Tennessee team offensively that we thought we were going to see beginning of the season. Three-point shooting is there for sure.
Yeah, amazing stats considering what they're up against. Yeah. Arkansas is one of the best defensive clubs. They were the best in the month of February, by the way, in terms of points allowed per possession. But and that Tennessee hot shooting three was on fire early, and they made garbage shots early, and then everybody started chipping it. You look up at the end of the half, Tennessee's 9 out of 12 from the three-point line. They've shot 50% from the floor, 75% from the three. It's been multiple guys making threes, and 3 or 4 different guys have knocked them in. That combination of Ziegler, Chandler, and Vescovy, Tommy, it's so hard to handle. They're all 3-point guards. They can all 3 shoot it. They play with great toughness on the defensive end, and they have just knocked Arkansas right in the nose to the tune of 50-29. And Arkansas is one of the best 8 or 10 teams in the country.
It's the second consecutive game J.D. Note has had a low-scoring first half. He really had to hustle to get into double figures against LSU on Wednesday. Is that a concern for Arkansas going forward?
Well, it will be after 2 games in a row, unless he comes back and is the J.D. Note this half that we've seen all season long. A phenomenal talent, a big guard, but the ball pressure of Tennessee has been a big part of this game, staying in front of the ball.
Jalen Williams only played 9.5 minutes in the first half, and then Arkansas turnover, trying to get it to him on their first possession. Those crazier things have happened that you would assume that if Arkansas is going to make a run in this game, it's going to have to come from number 10 and number 1, and we get a 3-second violation on Brandon Huntley-Hatfield in a Tennessee turnover.
Arkansas is capable. I'm sure Eric Musselman in his mind thinking, can we get it to 10 with 10 to go?
J.D. Note 2 of 7 from the floor. He sat for 5 minutes in the first half. It's a rarity for him to not be in foul trouble and spend that much time on the bench. Monte Davis goes behind the back, got some space. Got his own miss. And a shot clock violation, second of the game for the Hogs. Arkansas playing without Audie Stoney in this game, 6'6" guard, who was so disruptive in the first matchup between these two teams against the 6-foot Chandler, the 6'3" Vescovy, and a 5'9" Ziegler.
Arkansas is not going to shoot their way back into this game. It's got to start on this end of the floor. So uncommon for the Razorbacks to give up 50.5.
Hatfield gets his first field goal.
Again, another post field goal attempt, and a post player has a foot in the restricted arc. And that you cannot get a deeper, better post look than what Tennessee just did.
Kennedy Chandler with the reach. His second personal.
Watch the patience of Huntley Hatfield to back down. He doesn't shoot this ball, though, until it gets inside the restricted arc. Right there, it goes up. And that's exactly how you teach it. Wow, it's a big call.
Wow, Jalen Williams called for the push-off. That is his third, and it comes a minute and a half into the second. Arkansas, 3 possessions, 3 turnovers, and a major personal foul on one of their leaders. Poked away by J.D. Note. Here's Amude. Williams for 3. Got it. That's his first bucket of the game.
Yeah, Jalen Williams shooting 19% from the three-point line during the month of February. So if you're Tennessee, you don't have to overreact. That made 3 ball for him.
History will tell you it's a steep hill to climb for Arkansas. Our friend Hog Stats on Twitter points out since 1955, the Razorbacks are 1-28 in games in which they've trailed by 21 or more at the break. They beat Houston at Houston in January of 1979. Here's your history lesson for the day. Now Fulkerson back on the floor for second half of his second senior day. He grabbed the mic and addressed the crowd before the game. Last home game, he did something that he told us after Arizona before Christmas that he was anxious to do. He said, the one thing I haven't accomplished, I haven't led the band a la Peyton Manning. And so he certainly did that. I thought his
was it last Saturday?
Yeah,
against Auburn.
I thought his tempo was just a little bit off, though.
A little fast.
A little fast.
He kissed the Tennessee logo last year as he exited the floor. Tears coming down. I really thought he was done at that point, but he didn't finish out the year last year because the elbow that he took from the Florida player, and he wanted to come back and kind of redeem his postseason play this year.
Knocked him out of the SEC tournament game and knocked him out of the postseason.
Arkansas's got to have they got to get hot defensively in this game, and they're capable of doing it. They are so big on the ball, off ball, active with their arms.
6-0 Arkansas run over the last minute. Stanley Amude hit the last 3. And now Note working on Vescovi.
For the first time, the building feels a little anxious.
Here's Jalen Williams for 3 again. Offensive board. J.D. Note. Another offensive rebound by Kamani Johnson. Likes for 2. I think Arkansas chipped paint off the rim on that possession. They used every inch of it before it finally fell.
But Tom, when you get up 2 offensive rebounds like Tennessee did, you deserve to get scored on.
And now Note the steal and slam.
Yeah, the energy, the fire, just the belief in that Arkansas bench to a whole nother level to start this second half. I said get it to 10 with 10 minutes to go. They're going to do that a lot earlier than 10.
It's a 10-0 run for the Razorbacks over the last 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Done it with effort, multiple offensive rebounds, and hot shooting suddenly for the Hogs.
Well, Arkansas, they're going to be a hard team to put away, not only in this building today, but in that NCAA tournament. And it starts on the defensive end. I know they made some shots to start the second half, but the defensive plays like this, limiting to Tennessee to 1, all of a sudden getting a little bit tighter.
There are all kinds of products in this world. Things that make life easier or more fun. But New York Life's product is different. It's 12,000 experts whose responsibility is to be there, to guide you through the happiest and most difficult times. People who know the most valuable things in life aren't things at all. This is our product. This is what we do.
The overtime went into overtime. What do? You turned to DiGiorno to be MVP. MV Pizza. Fresh baked taste. The win and move. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
At JP Morgan, the only definition of wealth that matters is yours. It can be a smaller house, but a bigger nest egg. A goal to work toward, or the freedom to walk away. With 200 years of experience, personalized advice, and commission-free trades on an award-winning app, we are working for you. Planning, investing, advice. JP Morgan Wealth Management.
It's impossible to take hold of the world spotlight overnight. Create your own uniform. Be a cover model, a powerful athlete, or compete as a trans woman. Impossible? No. I'm possible.
This is a Filet-O-Fish sandwich. These are Arby's 2 for $6 crispy and spicy fish sandwiches. So, see you soon then. Arby's, we have the meat.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
Blackhawks Flyers today on ABC and ESPN+.
Thanks a lot for all the support. First of all, it's KRZY-ZEWSKR.
Every day I had an opportunity to be with the best.
He's been as good as anybody who's ever coached this game. To Sutton, Carolina tonight from Cameron Indoor. Final home game for Mike Krzyzewski. Here in the SEC, Tennessee leads Arkansas 52-39. Auburn has a lead early on. Both Tennessee and Auburn win. It'll be the first time any conference has 3 teams go unbeaten at home in a single season in 10 years. Big Ten did it with Ohio State, Purdue, and Wisconsin. Actually 11 years ago. Those 3 would be Tennessee, Auburn, and Arkansas. What is Popchich?
The top 4 teams in the league coming in today are what, 65-1? Oh, we left the O on the floor. We left the O on the floor. The cheerleaders
I think it was
did.
a sign. Arkansas needs some offense, so they left the O on the floor for the Hogs. Hey, cheerleaders.
Nice hustle though by her, right?
You left something behind. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5 Hour Energy. It's the one when you gotta get stuff done.
Having a 5G phone that's not on T-Mobile makes as much sense as playing ice hockey. Using pool noodles. Get out of the penalty box with 5G coverage like this. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. T-Mobile, more 5G bars in more places. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Sarah, you said you were buying a car today.
Dad, it's 4 a.m.
Yeah, I stayed up and crunched all the numbers.
I already used Capital One Auto Navigator. I found my car online and got pre-qualified instantly.
Oh, online, honey, now that can affect your credit score.
It didn't, Dad. Then I got my real rate and monthly payment. Now I just need to head to the dealership for a test drive and purchase.
Sounds easy.
Yeah, it is.
Well, since we're both up, who wants French toast? What's in your wallet?
My name is Daisuke Okamoto. I'm from Japan, and I'm making art. With Surface, it's very easy. This pen gives feeling of drawing on paper. I can zoom in and zoom out, and I can rotate. You can also take out the keyboard and draw like a tablet. It's not just computer, it's Surface. So I'm excited what I'm gonna do next.
With every cup, we cultivate some of the finest coffee in the world with human care and purpose, elevating every coffee moment. Because with every cup, precious coffee preserves the beauty of our world. Nespresso, what else?
Singing and driving,
Playing the drums.
what could be better? Taking a nap,
Drive a friend home, stop for a snack. Things you can do using an app.
Don't send emojis, go hug your mom. Drive to the airport, show him some love.
Now grab a taco because it's late.
And tomorrow is a brand new day.
There are all kinds of products in this world, things that make life easier or more fun. But New York Life's product is different. It's 12,000 experts whose responsibility is to be there, to guide you through the happiest and most difficult times. People who know the most valuable things in life aren't things at all. This is our product. This is what we do.
Folks, this is the most important breakdown you'll see all day. See if you can find the O on the floor. Look towards the summit, right where that Tennessee cheerleader is looking, and then she's trying to figure out, how do I get our cardboard letter off the floor? Mr. Official.
Sir,
you made a mistake.
Sir, I left my O on the floor, sir. Can we get, okay.
Anybody?
Go, now.
Oh, my.
I've never seen that in any basketball game. Like, you get back over there with your group of cheerleaders, who's got the O? Who's got the O? Oh, no. That was awesome. One way to stop an Arkansas run,
That's
I guess.
right. Nobody else noticed. Jalen Williams fouled. They say it is on the floor. Arkansas has outscored Tennessee 10-4 since the intermission.
Tennessee 4 turnovers to start the second half, and Arkansas with 8 points off those turnovers. One of the best defensive teams in the country the last month has been Arkansas. More than capable of clamping down and making this thing a ball game with 15:06 to go.
Uroš Plavšić will head to the bench after committing his fourth. How about this?
Middle ball screen action by Note, the most difficult thing to defend in this league. He is so good, man, at attacking the hips, getting where he wants to go.
Here's Zakai Ziegler. J.D. Note tracks down the long rebound.
He will fire. You better be up.
Jalen Williams out to Stanley Amude, wide open. Another rebound off a missed three, and the result is a foul on Fulkerson, his third.
What is the kill area for J.D. Note? It's in the middle third of the floor. Bam, and that ball screen right there just sends him right down the pipe, and Tennessee doesn't rotate over. Josiah Jordan-James hand helps instead of full body helps, and Note makes him pay.
Note loses Chandler, picks up James. Jalen Williams over Ziegler. Another board. Jimmy, that's about 4 threes Arkansas has missed this half. I would have continued their momentum. Fulkerson another foul. Jalen Williams going to the line, and that's number 4 on the 6th-year senior.
And the team fouls already piling up on Tennessee. That's number 5. Arkansas could not script a better opening 6 minutes, Tom, in the second half. They're forcing stuff off their defense. They're getting Tennessee in foul trouble, and J.D. Note is starting to be J.D. Note.
Hogs trail by 3 touchdowns at the break. Jalen Williams uses the rim. He's got 4 points, all coming in the second half. Fulkerson will have to sit with his 4th. Back-to-back fouls in the last minute for Fulke. Jalen Williams a long way away from what would be his 10th straight double-double. Oscar Tshiebwe has 12 consecutive. That's still active in an SEC record.
Tennessee was 9 out of 12 in the first half from the three. That's an uncommonly high number. You know that's not going to continue. And Arkansas feels very confident right now with a lot of time left.
It's a 14-2 Arkansas run. It's another Tennessee foul. It's a second of Josiah Jordan-James. Arkansas and Tennessee tied with Kentucky for second place in the SEC. An Auburn loss, and the winner of this one can share a regular season title.
The fouls are 6-1. And Tennessee has to start driving the ball if they're going to put fouls on Arkansas and quit settling for jump shots.
Hogs is 2 for 8 from 3 this half. Foul at midcourt on Likes. Whether it's been what they do on the offensive end or on the defensive end, but Arkansas just taken Tennessee completely out of its rhythm.
Well, they have, and Musselman has gone small at the guard spot with Likes now matched up with Ziegler. J.D. Notae on Chandler. And I'll say it again, Tennessee has to drive the ball right now in this game some.
Tennessee has made more 3s than 2s in this game. 9 threes, 7 two-point field goals. James, good looking shot.
A tough shot because Arkansas was really, they were extremely gap heavy that entire possession. But Josiah Jordan-James drove it to the gap for the 15-footer.
Likes on Ziegler. Rebounded by James.
You got to have the right guys taking the right shots at the right time, and that was not it.
Likes was a shoot-first guard when he played for Jim Larrañaga at Miami.
Yep.
Here's Chandler. Man, what a game for Kennedy Chandler. He is perfect from deep. 5 for 5. And then Chandler gets whistled for the foul. Foul trouble continues for Tennessee's stars, including Chandler's third.
Tennessee has responded now with a couple of back-to-back makes by Josiah Jordan-James and Kennedy Chandler. The problem for Tennessee, they continue to foul at a high rate now. You look at the number of possessions we've had, Tom, in the second half.
Yep.
And Tennessee's fouling about every other possession. And that's an excellent way for Arkansas to get back in this game.
Here's Stanley Moody at the free throw line. 68% on the season. He earns a bonus. He's now 2 for 3 at the line today. So Arkansas into the bonus with 12:17 to play.
It goes back to that Arkansas free throw number on the year. There's just strong physical at the guard and the wing spot. And they get you in foul trouble. Put a lot of points on that board from the charity stripe.
Foul on Likes, number 3. Not a shooting foul. Arkansas has 4 more field goal attempts this half than Tennessee, based primarily on those offensive rebounds. That's going to be off the curl. And traffic, and he draws another whistle.
Just a lot of physical play in this game. Both teams play a physical style. We talked about it Wednesday. In Bud Walton Arena, Arkansas is so good at physical with their body, but showing their hands. For the most part, they've done a good job of defending without fouling this year. And Tennessee prides themselves on butt checking you on their baseline out of bounds defense. They set hard physical screens on the offensive end.
Josiah Jordan-James again.
A really good read by Josiah Jordan-James off the out of bounds. Instead of finishing the curl, he pops to the three. A big shot for Tennessee.
He's been red hot after going 0 for 6 from deep against Arkansas 2 weeks ago. Devo Davis on the baseline.
That is his kill spot. I've talked about where J.D. Note lives. Devo Davis on the left side, and the left side of the rim finishes about a 64% clip.
Looks like your old roommate Ballantyne against North Carolina back in the day.
Charles Ballantyne. With newspapers the next day said Happy Ballantyne's Day when we took down North Carolina at #1.
One of only 2 wins against #1 for Arkansas, the other at home against Auburn this season.
That was from about the same spot, Tom. You're right. Good call by you.
YouTube pays off. Long nights in hotel rooms. Likes kicks it out. Note blocked by Vescovi. That doesn't happen very often.
No, it does not. And it looked like a clean block. Not easy to do against one of the best scorers in college ball. Tennessee continues to be really physical with Jalen Williams off ball.
Vescovi into Williams, tried to pick up the charge. He left Adu, and Arkansas somehow gets the rebound. Tennessee's 5 men having a hard time at the rim in this one. Here's Johnson.
Tennessee, somebody's got to understand the 5 guys coming down the floor uncovered. You got to hit him hard.
A steal by J.D. Note. And he missed the layup. It'll be Arkansas basketball. Ziegler did just enough to throw him off.
Yeah, he sure did. Just knocked J.D. Note out of rhythm. A big shot, though, off the baseline, out of bounds under Josiah Jordan-James. Instead of finishing the curl, he could have curled all the way the ball. The defense goes under. He reads it, steps back for a 3, release, rotation, result.
Check out this Verbo. Oh, man. Look at me. Here I am. Right where I belong. It's all I've been looking for and so much more. And now I'm here. Now you're here. Nothing can go wrong, 'cause I am right where I belong.
Now is the time to experience Lexus at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
Get $1,500 lease cash toward a 2022 RX 350.
Caroline, wait. Mitch? Look, I know I messed up, but I told Diane it's over.
Together.
Good seat, Sam. I used my Capital One Quicksilver card and earned 1.5% cash back.
I don't know what that is, but sounds cool.
Come on, Ref! Sorry, I'll never do that again. Promise.
Hello, friends.
You knew about the Quicksilver card back then?
It's called being a visionary, Chuck. Sam, you've always been ahead of the game.
Every day. Crispy fish with that spicy kick. 2 of those things for just $6. Arby's, we have the meat.
You won't faze me. Unlike Zyrtec. Drowsy.
And Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin.
So when allergies attack,
take Allegra before your symptoms take over you. And for congestion relief, find Allegra D at your pharmacy.
It's our time. We on the top.
All right, here we go to Tampa. SEC tournament starts Wednesday night on the SEC Network. Bottom 4 seeds are set, although the game matchups have not quite been set. So we'll figure some of that out this afternoon. And we go in earnest with 4 games on Thursday. There's a lot to be proven at the SEC tournament this year.
Yeah, there is. And you don't want any part of, desperate teams right now like Florida, Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, knowing they have to go there and probably get to the championship game to make noise. And the top 4 in this league, it's as good as it's ever been in the SEC. It's in a historical year in this conference.
One home loss among the top 4. What a shot by Josiah Jordan-James, who had 23 last time out, career high against Georgia, and he has found that stroke here in the second half again. Offensive foul, Devo Davis.
Pretty good 10 seconds by Josiah Jordan-James. Jumps up and makes it guarded tough too. Then gets up and sprints his rear end off the other end and draws a charge. And that's man on man right there. That's a big physical defender, Amude. But what I appreciate more than anything is James getting up and sprinting his tail to the rim and drawing the charge.
James suffered a torn ligament in his left hand early this season. He missed 3 games in November. And he came back and the shooting was inconsistent. You know what really helped me get out of that slump was not necessarily my confidence, but the confidence that my teammates instilled in me. Chandler with the push off is 4th. And so if you came to a Tennessee practice in December, January, February, every time Josiah Jordan-James got a shot off, somebody who wears orange would say, hey, great shot, Jay. Great shot, Joe. Great shot. Every single time. And I said, man, I heard those words of encouragement. He said, I heard them every time I touched the ball. It meant so much for my teammates.
Yeah, speak it into action. And one of my all-time Coach K stories was about 3 years ago, Duke at Louisville. And Coach K talked about the importance of his voice in timeouts when things aren't going well. And they were down like 18 points with 9 to go and came back and won the game. He talked about, as a head coach, sometimes you don't even know what to say. Just speak positive until it comes to you. Wow, they are shooting that ball today.
Mountaineers have hit 5 of the last 6 to reopen this lead and make it more comfortable after a threat from Arkansas. Carolina Duke later, I would say, Coach K. And my observation of Duke in a timeout is that he doesn't, to your point, waste any time. Some staffs discuss in a huddle 20 feet away from the bench what they're going to talk about and then come to the team. Here's James. And he said that's all by design. He said, I don't need to talk to my staff when the timeout starts. He said, I sit within my staff on the bench and we discuss it the entire game.
Right.
There's no waste of time. Likes went down hard. He'll be at the free throw line when we return. Tennessee up on Arkansas, 67-48.
We love our new apartment.
Big kitchen, open floor plan.
But there's not much privacy.
What happened to your wall?
At least Geico makes bundling our renters and car insurance easy.
That'll save us. What's on this chicken?
Paprika.
I made it at home.
It's my catchphrase.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Dad, we got this.
We got this.
I'm gonna check out the time, okay?
We got this.
We got this.
We got this. We got this.
We got this.
Life is for living.
We got this.
Let's partner for all of it. Edward Jones.
Dang, son, this bacon is just hanging out of this burger, dog.
That nice, tangy smoked sauce.
The bacon on this burger is just asking me to eat it.
You should oblige.
Sonic bacon on bacon, quarter-pound double cheeseburger.
You guys ready for this madness?
ESPN Tournament Challenge. Sign up now.
Colby
Covington wants the fight against his former good friend Jorge Masvidal.
Street Judas, you're next!
You're so tough. Come see me in the octagon.
I ain't going nowhere.
You know about popping out and trying to hit their face first.
We love our new apartment,
Great kitchen, open floor plan.
but there's not much privacy.
What happened to your wall?
At least Geico makes bundling our renters and car insurance easy.
Does save us a ton. What's on this chicken?
Paprika.
Paprika! I made it at home.
It's my catchphrase.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
The all-day, everyday pant by Public Rec. More comfortable than jeans, more stylish than sweats. With the all-day, everyday pant, you can choose your waist and length sizes to guarantee a perfect fit. Now comfort looks good.
Get beer, wine, and spirits delivered from these stores to your door in under 60 minutes. All ordered from your couch on your bum. For a bigger selection at the best prices, go to drizzly.com or download the app. Ding dong, Drizzly.
Welcome back to the SEC on ESPN. Tom Hart, Jimmy Dykes, and blooper from the Braves. What would you title this picture, Jimmy?
The three bros being bros. That's all that is.
It's a world champion mascot right there. Coming up next, 2 Eastern, 1 Central. These 3 games highlight another huge day of college basketball. Get you to Big Ten territory and the rivalry with Brave Purdue and Indiana. Then number 6, Kansas plays host to Texas at Allen Fieldhouse. And finally, not just Carolina Duke, it's Coach K's final game at Cameron Indoor. That one starts at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific.
You know who I like out of the Big 12? Baylor.
That Baylor team tied with Kansas, both 13-4 going into the final game of the regular season.
I know their depth is questioned a little bit right now, but the 5 dudes that Scott Drew's putting on the floor, they are going to be a problem. Rick Barnes was talking about them last night before that film session began, and that Baylor team came up and he said, man, that's what you're supposed to look like heading into your conference tournament.
You know, it's interesting. I cover college football in the SEC as well, and a lot of coaches, if you try to talk to them about what's going on in the country, they say, you know, I'm just worried about our team and our next opponent. College basketball coaches, head coaches are hoops junkies. They watch everything. I'm sure Rick Barnes could have told you that Baylor leads the nation in those quad 1 wins with 12 of them.
They pay attention, and right now they start zeroing in with their staff. Rick and Eric, I'm sure both will start looking at who are the potential 6 or 8 teams that we could possibly match up with in that first round, and they won't be far off.
Tennessee turnover.
Tennessee's been so good with the ball today, Tom, overall. 16 assists on their 21 makes. That's what Tennessee basketball has stood for this year. They lead the SEC right at 15 assists per game.
Seven and a half to play. Time running out on Arkansas already after they put together a nice run to start the half. Here's Jalen Williams. Oh, tough shot.
I think he's really good for a kid 6'10" off the bounce and into a spin. And that time he spun himself into a jump shot. Tennessee not overreacting to his 3-ball, making Jay Will doing something off the bounce.
11 for Ziegler. Here's J.D. Notae. That left his hand and then he pushed it in.
He is such a crafty, big-time scorer. There's 5 or 6 guys in college ball right now, Tom, that can single-handedly win a couple of games in the NCAA tournament. J.D. Notae is good enough to do that for Arkansas. He's been held in check on Wednesday night by Bud Walton and so far in this game, but you can just see he's got that it factor that you got to have if you're going to do something special in that NCAA tournament.
It is a short list of players who have scored in double figures in every one of their games played this season. J.D. Notae second behind Iverson Molinar with 29 of them. Molinar's got 30. Once the ball got out of his hand and he's still finishing.
No, nothing battles J.D. Notae. I've heard stories of practice where Eric Musselman just lays into him for this assignment. The expression never changes. I mean, he is a big-time talent that lives in the middle third of that floor. His numbers just jump off the chart in terms of his productivity from the middle third.
Tough matchup for Amude over Josiah Jordan-James. Challenged the shot. Loose ball. And we've got a jump ball. We'll go to Tennessee, up 15. I think the ball is on the floor in Arkansas games more than any other team I've watched this season. I mean, that LSU game the other night looked like you and I going bowling on a Friday night. It was on the floor so much.
Effort, toughness, it's a non-negotiable with both Eric Musselman and Rick Barnes. If you're soft in any area, you can't play for either one of these two head coaches. You will not last.
Bounce pass and a flush by Huntley Hatfield.
What a job by Vescovi to fight his way out of a double team. Because he was bottled up and chewed up, but he continued to fight and pivot to get out of it.
Likes rattles one home. He's got a dozen. He's playing with 4 fouls here late.
He's a scoring little point guard is what he is. Plays with extreme confidence on the offensive end. Eric Musselman's going to have to get a good 8, 9, sometimes 10 minutes out of him in NCAA tournament.
Spent his first few seasons at Miami. Orm Boykins was on the staff when he first got there. That's a pretty good guard to learn from. Loose ball. Tennessee's basketball, 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Watch the play by Vescovi here, Tom. He's doubled up. He has an unused dribble, but he pivots and fights his way and stays low out of the double team and finds the backside of that Tennessee coming out of the hammer spot. But it's just the fight factor of Vescovi. Eric Musselman couldn't talk enough about the respect he has for 25 and white yesterday. The kid's in phenomenal shape. He's a guy you just can't knock out of the game in any area. That last play was a good example of it.
As a shot blocked by Note, trying to get it off the end of the buzzer. Likes in transition. Arkansas still has life. Likes pulls them within 11.
Arkansas needs a really good next 2 minutes defensively to keep the game pressure on Tennessee.
They're going to get Trey Wade for the foul, his second.
Arkansas's defense can get on you. J.D. Note is so good. Vescovi got him earlier. Note comes back and says, I can get yours on the other end as well with a block shot. Both teams are really good at scoring off of their defense. A lot of teams can get stops. Arkansas, Tennessee, as good as anybody in this league at scoring off their stops.
Another one coming for Adu, freshman from Durham, North Carolina. Got 10 of 11 for the line on the season. Tennessee's lead is 13, 4:45 to play. Note fading off. And Ziegler stepped on the end line.
If you can make Note go to his right into a pull-up off that ball screen, about as good as you can do, because he is lethal at the left elbow area. The numbers back it up. His shooting percentage from the left elbow as opposed to the right, quite a contrast.
Why would that be? It's only a difference of 8 feet.
Well, it's right-handed guys love going to the left into the jump shot, and Note's one of them.
Wow, powerful move on the tip in by Williams.
He is so good when he just makes winning plays. Just whatever you need from the 5-spot guys, this kid can deliver. This game is far from over.
Ziegler throws it away.
Watch me really just come flying in here. Right there. Really soft hands, man. For a big kid to come flying in with that much velocity, but then finish it off with soft hands. And really an uncommon combination. He's a handful.
Jalen Williams picked up his third personal foul just a minute and a half into the second, but he's played clean ball since. I don't think he's picked up a charge in this game.
He has not. Maybe the first time all year.
Yeah, 48 charges on the season. Likes for three again. Wade pulls it in.
Wade just went the backside war against Fulkerson. Just absolutely wore him out.
Note. Got it. Delivered it from the logo. They whittle it down to 8.
When you have a guy like J.D. Note, it is so hard to put that team away. And this time he can go on a 6-9-0 run all by himself. That's what you're trying to guard against right now for Tennessee.
And this Tennessee offense, which was playing loose and free earlier, suddenly seems a lot more deliberate.
Pretty stagnant on this possession.
Chandler, first miss from deep. Arkansas has an opportunity. All eyes on Note. Now James on him.
You can't back up. If nobody beats you off the bounce, that's one thing.
Off the back rim, another board. He'll try it again. He'll wait. The drive and kick. Huge three coming. Amuda got it.
Man, what a rim decision by J.D. Note. He was going to take a tough two at the rim, but the late find by Amude, the second best shooter that Muss has on the floor. No give in at all by these Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hogs on an 8-0 run. Rick Barnes wants to talk about it. 2:46 to play and a battle for possibly a share of the SEC title. The Arkansas Razorbacks have J.D. Note on the roster, and he's finally shown up. First from the logo over the top of Escovy, and then he passes up the three, decides to put it on the floor, and assists to Stanley Amude, and Arkansas an 8-0 run. It's close and it's late.
There we go. One more. 1, 2, 1. There we go. One more. All you got. 1, 2. There we go. Nice. Swing. You got it. You got it. All right.
A lot of people assume coaches are looking at plays on that clipboard.
Just like they assume they can't afford great insurance.
I like it.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, call or click to get a quote today.
The Capital One Saver Card, baby. 4% cash back on dining and entertainment.
Rewarding Chuck for dining and entertainment? So he does. That's like rewarding me every time I use a curse word.
It's like rewarding me every time I say hello, friends.
Like rewarding me for every time I plunder.
Hey, Garth, thanks for the goat cheese.
Don't thank me, thank her.
This goat cheese from that goat?
What's in your wallet? Whoa, hold up there, partner. It's my line now. Tell him, Sam. Tell him who's the goat.
Frontline Plus is the #1 name in flea and tick protection. So whether you have a first dog, a third dog, or member of the herd dog, a playful dog, a matchy dog, a water dog, a catchy dog, or a hug on the neck that you want to protect dog, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline Flea and Tick Protection. Here, there, everywhere. Available for dogs or cats without a prescription.
Shh. Before, they would have heard me taking the car.
Before, I didn't have an app that showed me when she was taking the car.
Before, the chance of an SUV handling more like a hot hatch? None.
You won't know a world before electric. Before it can change the world, it has to change yours. The all-electric Volkswagen ID4.
As a struggling actor, I need all the breaks I can get. At Liberty Buchamut.
Cut.
Liberty Bibbity.
Cut. We'll dub it.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Look, Serena Williams, Matrix. Serena, Matrix. Serena, Matrix.
Get your DVT with the best of live and on-demand DirecTV Stream.
What a scene on the campus of Duke University. Bright, sunny skies. They'll move indoors in less than 4 hours for North Carolina Duke. Krzyzewskiville is at full capacity. here in Knoxville, Tennessee leads Arkansas 73-68 in a game that the Volunteers once led by 24. The Razorbacks have caught fire late. It was a 50-29 lead at the half before Arkansas started on a 10-0 run. By the way, for those of you waiting for Indiana and Purdue, that is underway right now in West Lafayette. You can start that on the app, and we'll get you there as soon as we finish on Rocky Top. Tom Hart, Jimmy Dykes, Arkansas an 8-0 run. Jimmy, how they done it?
Offensive rebounds. You know, Arkansas has 14 in this game. The second half, they have punished Tennessee on their own offensive glass.
Volunteers scoreless over the last 2 minutes. Blocking foul on Jalen Williams. The league leader in charges taken commits his 4th personal.
Tennessee trend in late game, tight ball games, out of timeouts is getting Kennedy Chandler speed going downhill. And that's the right call. Jalen Williams stepping over, not in legal guarding position when Chandler drives that ball and lifts it up for the last time. But the speed of Chandler is really something special. And Rick Barnes now goes to it, trying to close out games.
And so Kennedy Chandler, the freshman from Memphis, projected 1st-round pick to the free throw line. And he missed the first. JD Notae left it short. And the difference is Arkansas did not track down an offensive rebound that time.
And Notae is such a threat though in transition. He gets that in and out move going and gets that defense off balance. His step back 3 is unguardable.
Here's Ziegler now over Likes. In on the basket still for Tennessee, scoring drought of about 2.5 minutes. Notae draws the foul. Tried to take it the distance.
One of the strengths of Notae, and there's a long list of them, is his ability to fight as a defensive rebounder and bring that thing out. And he got rim to rim in about 3.5, 4 seconds. Big physical guard. One of the most feared things in this league is one in red coming at you with a full head of steam.
Hasn't made a free throw today. Foul trouble for both sides. Tennessee with Chandler, Fulkerson, James, and Plavsic, each with 4 personal. On the Arkansas side, Robinson, Williams, and Likes sitting at 4 each.
And Tom, what was such a relaxed, confident Thompson Bowling Arena about 45 minutes ago, you could cut the tension with a knife in here now. They know Arkansas is rolling.
Razorbacks make it a 1-possession game thanks to JD Notae. It's a 10-0 Hog run.
3-point guards on the floor for Tennessee. All 3 can drive it, get a piece of the paint.
Vescovi on Amude. Ziegler shares it. Here's Chandler now. Good closeout. Vescovi down the lane. Fulkerson draws a foul on Likes, and that'll do it for Chris Likes. And Jimmy had a huge hand in bringing Arkansas back in the second half.
He has been a big factor as Chris Likes. 15 points. This is a hard foul to swallow for Arkansas. Likes is 5'7", but the last second when he sticks his rear end out and dislodges Fulkerson in the air is what the official called. But Likes was doing his job, man. Coming down, scraping down, getting involved in the fight. Still, that's a hard foul for Eric Musselman to have to accept. 1:43 to go.
2 free throws coming for John Fulkerson, the 4th oldest player in Division I basketball, but 24 years old, is celebrating his 2nd senior day here on Rocky Top. And he missed the first. Free throw shooting has allowed Arkansas to stay in this game late.
Yeah, Tennessee now 15 out of 23 from the free throw line.
Fulkerson has yet to score this half. 1 of 2 from the line. JD Notae has come alive in the second half. He's got Ziegler on it.
If you're Tennessee, you deny Notae all over the floor right now.
Wade got James in the air. Could hit the bank shot. Follows his own miss. Doesn't let it short. Arkansas will get another crack at it with 1:25 to play.
And just the fight of the Arkansas Razorbacks on the glass, though, is why they're still in this thing. I mean, Wade misses what looks like an automatic 2, but his second jump, much like Kari Eason did to Arkansas in their own building on Wednesday night, a real factor in this game. And Muss now with a baseline out of bounds under scoring opportunity. They're going to look at the monitor to make sure. Tom, this is the time of the year where coaches put in a new out of bounds play probably before every game.
Yep.
Because you get in a scoring situation, you have to have one. Let's watch right here. The call was off of Tennessee, right?
It was. Was it Fulkerson's hand that hit it out of James's hand? Watch. I want Fulkerson, would have been Vescovy, excuse me.
Yeah, it looks like Vescovy's hand knocks it out of James's hand. I think this is going to be Arkansas ball, but back to my point. If Eric Musselman has put in a baseline out of bounds under play, this is the time to use it.
If it wasn't Vescovy, it went off of James, it looked like. Auburn is having its way this afternoon and trying to finish off an undefeated home season. So it looks like the winner of this game will be fighting for the 2 seed in the SEC tournament, with Auburn at a comfortable lead at home against South Carolina.
Tom, I think the officials look at it for the next 10 minutes. There's not enough from what we've seen to overturn the call. You agree?
I agree. Should be Arkansas basketball down 4. They trail by as many as 24. If they can complete the comeback, it will be their largest by an against an SEC opponent in the last 10 seasons.
I just think that's Arkansas ball. There's nothing there to change the call.
And that's what Will Howard says.
Yeah.
Good officiating crew, Joe Lindsay, Bart Lennox, and Will Howard in the stripes today.
J.D. Note is normally the out-of-bounds under trigger guy. And it depends on who Musselman puts out of bounds under. He's going to use Devo Davis as the passer. Look for an opportunity for Note to be a screener first, and then it gets screened. And Jalen Williams is always a factor.
Lob is knocked away by James. It'll say Tennessee basketball.
They'll have to look at this again. There was 6 hands right around the ball. Tennessee was really good being physical on their baseline out of bounds under defense. It was body on body. I think that's the right call. That is amazing to make that call live like that. You see it, Note?
Yeah,
Note's
Note's hand.
Those guys get criticized all the time, but I'm telling you, to make that call live and get it accurate from what we've just seen.
So likely Tennessee's basketball with 1:24 to play. Reminder, Indiana and Purdue available on the ESPN app as we speak. We'll get you to West Lafayette as soon as we finish here in Knoxville. Second matchup of the season between Arkansas and Tennessee. Razorbacks won by 10 2 weeks ago in Fayetteville. And this is a much different outcome, just offensively speaking, right off the bat.
Tom, both teams, we said early, these are Final Four contenders. And you look at how they played the game, the star power they have on both ends, the depth, the size, the physicality. And Auburn on their way to winning the regular season outright. Be something special for that Auburn program. And those 4 teams there now are the real deal.
The review is complete. Joe Lindsay says Tennessee basketball. Both teams in the double bonus. The possession arrow belongs to Arkansas. And the Razorbacks have plenty of timeouts left.
Well, I pressure hard right here if I'm Arkansas. Tennessee with 1 timeout left. They don't want to have to burn it to save the 5-second count. The second cut is usually the one that gets you open.
Should be about a minute left when Arkansas gets the ball back. A little less than that, down at least 4.
And you know Jalen Williams, the best in the country at taking charges. So make a play off of 2 feet if your Tennessee guards attacking the rim.
Shot clock now at 10. Ziegler goes into the lane. Into Williams, gets turned around. Shot clock at 5. Vescovy lost the handle on it. Arkansas basketball down 4. Under a minute to play.
The value of Jalen Williams as a drop coverage defender. Had the entire rim protected for the entire possession. Ziegler did the correct thing, playing up at 2 feet, but then Arkansas just locked up all the other spots. What a defensive possession by Arkansas to stay in this game.
Jimmy, they're looking at this one once again. We'll show you it at home, but Eric Musselman's been able to keep his timeouts thanks to all these stoppages.
Again, this is the right call. Ziegler up to 2 feet. Arkansas stays attached on the perimeter. And right there, I thought Vescovy's right hand was the last thing to touch it. The ball comes right towards us.
And I think he showed as much with his first reaction being to chase it. Not that they would use that context clue, looking at whether or not Tennessee trying to finish strong in this one, but Arkansas has held the Volunteers without a field goal over the last 5 minutes.
Tom, remember, if you're just now watching this game, it was 50-29 Tennessee at half. And Arkansas came out and got real aggressive defensively. They got on the offensive glass. They turned defense into offense to start the first 3 or 4 minutes. Scored 8 points off of Tennessee's first 4 turnovers in the second half. And J.D. Notae started being J.D. Notae for a little stretch. Jalen Williams has been on the floor, off the floor in the first half because of foul trouble. It is a fist fight right now to finish this thing.
Jimmy, Arkansas is used to close games. They've been like everyone they played in lately, including the last 2. J.D. Notae won it for him at the free throw line with 8 seconds to go against LSU on Wednesday. Saturday against Kentucky at home, they eked out a 2-point victory. Have overtime wins against both Auburn and Texas A&M this season.
You know, this game speaks to the strength of Arkansas every bit as much as what their wins they've had in Bud Walton, because they could have walked away in this game when it was down at half, 21 points. That guy right there in the middle of your screen, there's no give in any area by Eric Musselman. And I'm sure he challenged his guys severely at halftime. And they are right back in the middle of this thing. I don't see anything. You can look at it for a long time and overturn what they initially had with Vescovi. Do you?
I agree with you. By the way, speaking of close games, Razorbacks have won 14 of the last 15. The lone loss in that span was at Alabama on February 12th. They got a late look in that game. J.D. Notae elected for a contested 3 instead of the drive. Eric Musselman has told us he's used that as a teaching point since that game when it comes down to late game decision making.
Yeah, the very next day, Eric Musselman had his staff clip 3 or 4 plays of other plays across the country that similar situation. What did the guard do on all 3 or 4 of them? They drove that ball and got themselves to the free throw line instead of settling for a fadeaway 3.
And it wasn't just this country. Yeah, they picked a women's basketball play. They picked the men's basketball play from the college game. And Eric Musselman even found a play from Australia from the night before where the guard drove, I should say the morning before,
right?
The guard drove and won the game on a dunk instead of settling for a jump.
Well, I know the officials are in collaboration with the home office in Birmingham. This is the one replay we have. When we saw it in live action, I thought it was clearly off Vescovi's hand right there. That you can see the pinky finger for sure was on the basketball, and I don't see any touch of the ball after that. At some point, I think you have to trust your first initial call and your instincts. Joe Lindsey, Bart Lennox, and Will Howard, really good officials, but this one's starting to drag on.
Angle may be too far away, but I think one of the questions is the rotation of the ball change. In the men's game, they use those context clues. It's a little bit different. Talking with folks around the women's game, what they use and don't use. But if you see the rotation of the ball change, you use that as a context clue to whether or not he touched it. What do we got, Joe Lindsey? It'll be Arkansas basketball. 57.8 left. Eric Musselman could have gone up up 17 plays during that delay. That was a 5-minute review.
Wow. I know it's critical to get right. That one didn't tend to drag on quite a while. You only have so many looks at it and so many angles. Regardless, 58 to go, and Arkansas down 4. This is J.D. Notae time. I'm just telling you. Middle third of the floor, he and Jay Williams operating in the middle ball screen.
Got a step on Ziegler. And before the lob,
someone to get J.D. Notae freed up in the backcourt, and now it's a numbers game. And Notae, the read was going to be there. Arkansas had a guy positioned and coming out of the dunker spot in case Notae gets stepped up on. Really good play call by Eric Musselman.
Game-winning free throws Wednesday night against LSU with 8 seconds left for Notae. He's already made it a one-possession game here. It's the closest it's been since we're a minute 7 seconds into this game. Arkansas trailed by 24 at one point. 2-point Tennessee lead. Tennessee content to use some clock. Ziegler guarded by Davis. The drive. Cut off. Here's Fulkerson with 10 on his senior day. Backs down Williams. Short. Rebounded by Arkansas. 1 second difference. They will push it and they throw it away. And now they'll have to foul with 27.5 seconds left and the shot clock off.
You know J.D. Notae wishes he could have that one back because he is such a powerful guard with the ball in his hands. That pass would have had to be a perfect pass, and even then, Davis was going to be in a tough position.
Vescovi's the wrong guy to foul, but the only one with the basketball. And they finally get to him after 5 seconds ran off.
And the Arkansas defense was like a glove on this possession. Bang, bang, couple of contact plays. Fulkerson forced into a tough 2. Moody comes in with a rip right here. J.D. just keep it. Because even if he catches, he's going out of bounds. Just a poor decision at the wrong time by J.D. Notae.
Santiago Vescovi to the free throw line. In the last 4 minutes or overtime in his college career, he is a 90% free throw shooter. That is 13 points better than his average.
I turned you on to that last year.
He sure did. Whatever your reality is, I want to live in it.
He is money, though, in this situation. Tough guys on the stripe. Vescovi is it.
This is the big one. And of course, he knocks them both down. Lead is 4, 20 seconds to play.
Doesn't need to be a panic shot by Arkansas. Notae to the rim is good.
And he got the foul and will go to the line. It's on James, and he is fouled out.
It's very difficult. Tennessee makes the free throw, and they can't get back and get their defense set in time to keep Notae from getting towards the rim. And Josiah Jordan-James maybe sliding over just at the very end, but either way, Notae gets the call, but that's a proper thing for Arkansas to do.
Did you see a walk on that play by chance?
I did not. I was looking to see if Josiah was rotating over. Maybe there was. Did you see it? Either way, Notae made the right decision not to shoot a panic 3 and extend the length of the game.
It was close. We'll take a look at it after the first free throw from Notae. Powell now in for James. Notae 4 of 6 today. Watch his feet.
Hard drives the ball. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good call. It could have been called. I think that maybe the block charge play was right at the same time. Doesn't matter. 2-point game.
Razorbacks pick him up full court. They will foul immediately. It's Ziegler. And they're going to put an 88% free throw shooter on the line. Even better than that in conference play. Ziegler at 90. But he's just 1 of 2 in this game.
Tom, that's the value Tennessee has of putting 3 point guards on the floor to close you out. Vescovy at 78% from the line. This kid at 90%.
There it is.
It looked long from the release.
Arkansas is going to have a shot. Victor Bailey into the game for Tennessee. At most, Razorbacks will have a chance for a tie. Ziegler hits the second. And Eric Musselman will use one of his 3 remaining timeouts to talk about it. So a lot of different things you can set up here with 15 seconds left. By the way, we'll get you to West Lafayette for Indiana and Purdue as soon as we complete this one. It has turned into a long game, a lot of whistles. Arkansas has put it in the mud in the second half and slowed Tennessee down. Back to Rocky Top in 30 seconds.
Kinder Bueno. Ding, ding. It's crispy. It's creamy. Wow. Enjoy the ride.
It's Kinder Bueno.
Smooth milk chocolate, crispy wafer, creamy hazelnut filling. It's not your average chocolate bar. It's Kinder Bueno.
Arkansas down 3. Tom Hart, Jimmy Dykes, where do the Razorbacks go?
Well, J.D. Note has plenty of time to rush this thing up the floor and get to the rim and continue to extend the length of the game. You cannot come off of Amude, who's in the far right corner, who for the month of February, zero in red, has knocked down the 3 ball at a 54-55% clip. Again, it should not be a panic shot by Arkansas right now, Tom. There's 15 seconds to go. You trust J.D. Note, not only his strength, his speed, but his IQ at the rim to make the decision. I like Note trying to get to the rim, keeping the floor spread with Amude in one corner, maybe Devo Davis in the other. Note doesn't even need a ball screen. He can beat you one-on-one up top.
Jimmy, Arkansas has been tremendous on the offensive glass in the second half. Does that impact how early you take this game-tying attempt?
Yeah, you got to go. You got to go right away. And all 5 guys for Arkansas have to climb on the offensive glass when the shot goes. What does Eric Musselman do to get Note the ball coming downhill? That's where the story is right now. Jaden Williams is a trail guy. He's not a trail 3 shooter.
They let him get it on the inbounds. Note across midcourt. Looking for a 3. That will be no good. Rebound Tennessee and Ziegler, and a quick foul with 7 seconds left. You mentioned it. Going to his right, he's a different shooter.
He absolutely is. Eric Musselman goes for the tie right off the bat. J.D. Note knew all along where he was going with the ball. A little bit of a smoke screen and then a full body screen coming in to try to free him up. But the numbers back it up. J.D. Note, Tom, on that side of the floor in that slot is shooting about 31% from 3. He's 45% from the middle third, 24% from the left third.
Oh, huge miss for Ziegler. He uses 1 for his last 3 from the line. That'll make it a 4-point game. And 7 seconds left for the Hogs. They'll need a miracle now. Quick 3, Amude. Left it short. The loose ball with 1, and the clock will run out on Arkansas's comeback attempt. Tennessee undefeated at home this season. The Volunteers will finish no less than second in the SEC. Our final, Tennessee on John Fulkerson's second senior day outlasts Arkansas 78-74. For Jimmy Dykes, our sensational ESPN broadcast crew, I'm Tom Hart. Now let's get to Mackey Arena in West